Christmas needs a spark, a tiny light against the dark. From a silent pine tree, green and tall, came flicker the firefly, smallest of all. With a flash, a shimmer, a gentle gleam, he flew to awaken the Christmas dream. He's the keeper of the lost town's glow, the warmest secret hidden in the snow.
Hey everyone, gather round. Let me tell you a story from a long, long time ago. My name might just be Frosty, but the tale I'm about to share is a little less cheerful than you might expect, at least at the start. Imagine a valley, tucked away from the world, draped in a blanket of shimmering silver-white snow. The trees, tall and proud evergreens, stood like silent soldiers frozen in the endless night. Deep within this valley lay a small, quiet hamlet called Hallidell. It was a place where the winter wind never seemed to rest, piling snow higher and higher, covering every rooftop, every path, every sign of life. The folks in Hallidell had almost forgotten what warmth felt like. The candles in their windows were dimmed, casting only faint, flickering glows against the frosty panes. Their hearths, which should have been roaring with cheerful flames, burned low, struggling to push back the biting cold. You see, a heavy gloom had fallen over the town, a gloom brought on by the Frost King's curse. It was a curse of endless snow and perpetual winter. The children didn't build snowmen like me for fun anymore. The snow was a constant reminder of their cold reality. Laughter was a sound as rare as a summer's day. They had forgotten the melodies of Christmas carols, their voices lost to the howling wind. The decorations were packed away, the stockings remained empty, and the air was thick not with the scent of gingerbread, but with a quiet, lingering sadness. It was a town frozen in time, trapped in a snow globe of sorrow. The curse had stolen their Christmas, leaving behind nothing but an endless, silent, and very cold winter. They yearned for a sign, a glimmer of hope that could melt the ice not just from their streets, but from their hearts. They didn't know it yet, but that hope was just around the corner, waiting for the right moment to spark a change and bring the magic of Christmas back to Hallidell. A little girl named Emily pressed her nose against the frosty window pane. She watched the swirling snowflakes dance and twirl, each one a tiny, frozen jewel. But inside, her heart felt a little cold, too. Christmas was coming, but the warmth and magic she always dreamed of felt so far away. The town was quiet, the usual festive cheer just a whisper on the wind. Emily sighed, her breath a small cloud on the glass. She wished for something, anything, to bring back the sparkle of the season. Just then, her eyes caught a faint flicker of light, a pulse of emerald green against the deepening twilight. It was the smallest, most brilliant wonder she had ever seen, hovering just beyond the window. It wasn't a firefly, not in the dead of winter. It zipped and zoomed, a tiny comet with a mind of its own. Emily, her heart suddenly fluttering with excitement, slowly opened the window just a crack. The little light darted inside, zipping around the room before settling gently on the tip of the Christmas tree. It pulsed with a soft, warm glow, bathing the room in a magical green light. Emily crept closer, her eyes wide with awe. The little being looked like a tiny, living star, its light brightening and dimming with a gentle rhythm. "Little star, are you lost?" she whispered, her voice barely a breath. The tiny star, which she decided to call Flicker, seemed to respond. It pulsed brightly, then zipped over to her, hovering just before her face. As a single tear of wonder rolled down Emily's cheek, Flicker's light caught it, making it sparkle like a diamond. Flicker seemed to understand. It wasn't just lost. It had a purpose. With a determined buzz, it zipped back to the window, performing a dazzling, joyful dance against the glass. Its light, now brighter than ever, shot out into the snowy streets, a beacon of pure, unadulterated cheer. It was as if Flicker was painting the town with light, giving Halidel a second chance at Christmas magic. And as other children and families saw the incredible sight, they too felt a spark of hope ignite in their hearts. The magic wasn't gone. It had just been waiting for a little light to show the way. In the quiet, icy halls of his castle, the Frost King watched the world below. For so long, his kingdom had been one of silent, shimmering ice, a beautiful but lonely expanse. He gazed down at the little town of Holydell, a place he had blanketed in a deep, enduring frost. He remembered the silence, the stillness, the way the cold had seeped into every corner, quieting the usual cheer. He sighed, a plume of icy mist escaping his lips. But something was different this year. A warmth was returning to Holydell, a glow he hadn't seen in ages. He leaned closer, his frosty gaze fixed on the town square. There, amidst the snow-dusted rooftops and twinkling lights, was a tiny, brilliant spark. It wasn't just any light, it danced and zipped through the air, leaving trails of golden warmth in its wake. This was Flicker, the Christmas Firefly. With every joyful loop and swirl, the frost on the window panes melted into delicate, watery patterns. Laughter, like the chiming of bells, began to rise from the streets, a sound the Frost King had almost forgotten. As Flicker darted from house to house, its light seemed to ignite the very spirit of Christmas. Wreaths on doors began to shimmer with a magical dew. Gingerbread cookies in kitchens baked to a perfect golden brown. And the grand Christmas tree in the center of town began to glow from within, its ornaments sparkling with a newfound brilliance. The people of Halidel poured out of their homes, their faces upturned, watching the little firefly work its magic. Their hearts, once chilled by the long frost, were now filled with a bubbling, infectious joy. The Frost King watched as children chased the glimmering light, their laughter echoing up to his icy spires. He saw neighbors sharing warm mugs of cocoa, their breath mingling in the newly mild air. The entire town was alive, bathed in the gentle, persistent glow of Flicker. A strange feeling stirred within the Frost King's chest. It wasn't the cold sting of loneliness, but something else, something warm. He saw the firefly finally settle on the highest branch of the Christmas tree, shining like a star. And for the first time in a very long time, the Frost King smiled. The warmth of Christmas joy had returned to Halidel, and even in his icy castle, he could feel it too.
In a valley veiled in silver white, where the evergreen stood locked in night, lay the hamlet of Holydell, deep and small, where the winter wind had covered all. The candles were dim, the hearts burned low, for the Frost King's curse brought end to snow. They'd forgotten the way that carols sound, and no Christmas joy could there be found. Oh, but dark. From a silent pine tree, green and tall, came Flicker, the firefly, smallest of all. With a flash, a shimmer, a gentle gleam, he flew to awaken the Christmas dream. He's the keeper of the lost town's glow, the warmest secret hidden in the snow. Young Emily watched the swirling flakes and wished for the warmth that Christmas makes. She saw a faint flicker, a pulse of green, the smallest bright wonder she'd ever seen. Little star, are you lost? The child did sigh as Flicker lit up a tear in her eye. He zipped to the window, a dazzling dance, giving Holidell a second chance. Oh, but Christmas needs a spark, a tiny light against the dark. From a silent pine tree, green and tall, came Flicker, the firefly, smallest of all. With a flash, a shimmer, a gentle gleam, he flew to awaken the Christmas dream. He's the keeper of the lost town's glow, the warmest secret hidden in the snow. The light he cast wasn't gold or red, but a gentle hope that filled their dread. It touched the cold lantern and it grew so bright, it turned the gray frost to glittering light. The townsfolk looked up, a wondrous sight. The stars had returned in a firefly's light. They started to hum, they started to clap, breaking the spell from the Frost King's trap. Oh, and Christmas found its spark, a tiny light against the dark. From a silent pine tree, green and tall, came Flicker, the firefly, greatest of all. With a flash, a shimmer, a joyful gleam, he flew to awaken the Christmas dream. He's the keeper of the lost town's glow, the brightest secret shining in the snow. So remember Flicker, the hero small, when you hang your lights upon the wall, 'cause sometimes the spirit, pure and true, is the smallest spark